This shoulder massage, where you get to use your forearm and your elbow as the primary way to help someone to feel so good in their neck and in their shoulders, is actually what helped me to first fall in love with Thai massage. It's one of the most effective things that you can do, and I'm super excited to show that to you, and it is coming right up. Today's video is all about giving an incredible shoulder and neck massage to your partner, but it is not only amazing for them, it is going to be so good and such a pleasure for you as well to give. So I hope you are excited for this one. My name is Shai, and I am the founder of the Still Light Center School of Thai Yoga Massage. And I just want to ask you, if you're liking these videos, right over here is the subscribe button, and there's a bell right next to it. So click on the subscribe button, click on the bell. You get notifications every Wednesday when I post a new video. Videos like this, where I'm about to show you how to make giving a shoulder massage one of the most pleasurable things in the world. And if you haven't seen the accompanying video, I've got another video, and I'll post the link up above and down below, which is going to teach you the specifics of how to use your forearm and the side of your elbow to give the massage. So if you're totally new to Thai massage, please check that out first. And in this video, I taught a group of 100 people at the Wanderlust Yoga Festival in Squaw Valley, California. None of them had any experience giving the massage using this part of their body before. They all rocked it, and I know that you can too. So in this video, everyone who's learning this, as you'll see, is doing it on the ground, and the person who's receiving is going to be leaning against you. So I encourage you to have good props around you if that's how you're going to give this massage, but you can also do this with your partner sitting in a chair. So if you want to elevate this and bring this up, then just have them sit comfortably in a chair, and you're going to position yourself behind them, and you can do all the techniques that way as well. And it works incredibly well, therefore, to do this at home, at work, or even in the restaurant if you want to make some friends while you're waiting in line for your meal. All right, so let's check out these techniques, and then join me on the other side so we can talk just a little bit more on how to fine-tune this. So there are 3 questions we're going to ask our partner before we begin. And number 1 is, how are you?
Awesome.
Awesome. And physically, so is there anything I should know going on in your shoulders or neck area?
Nothing in particular. My shoulders have been tight for the past few weeks, so I look forward to
Nothing in particular other than my shoulders have been tight. Cool. So a good follow-up question can be helpful. And then the other thing I want you to have your partners do is a little demonstration, like making some circles with their arms. So, it's a test which really tells you a lot, and you can check what's going on between the 2 sides. And the closer the arm can go to the ear is an indicator that, even if there's stress and tension, that their mobility is more open. If the arm is farther out to the side, then there's more restrictions in movement, and we'd want to take that into consideration. Okay? And then on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most, what kind of pressure would you like?
12.
A 12. So we're going to do a test. So this is how we figure out her version and my version of 12, okay? So I'm not going to squeeze her to 12 because I don't have good alignment right now I don't want to hurt myself. But I'm just going to give her a squeeze, whatever I feel is the most I can do right now. And also say, hey, what's that?
9.
9, okay. So 8 or 9. So she can obviously take a little more. And when I use my elbows and my forearms, I'll give her more, but otherwise, it just gets the conversation started to know what kind of pressure she likes. So you're going to have your partner sitting comfortably, and that could involve, she's able to sit cross-legged like this. You can have your partner sit up. Then I want you to take your blanket or a pillow or whatever it may be, you're going to put it between you and your partner, because what we're doing here, is, as I said, we're going to be behind our partner. It's like basically we're the back of a chair. Right? We want to make a nice comfortable chair, but we want to create also some nice, good boundaries between us and our partner. But if your partner's open to it and it feels good, you can actually become a wing chair. All right? So we're going to be in a warrior, and their arm can rest on your leg if it makes sense. If you're much taller or much shorter, where the arm is like up here or something, it might not make sense. But if it makes sense, it makes sense. And then taking her head to one side as well, off to that wing chair side. So I'm going to start with her right shoulder, and my other hand, I'm just going to hold her head here, and here we go. So this is what we just did, right? So right where the neck meets the shoulder, and I'm right on the top of her shoulder, Using my forearm, the middle of my forearm. Now your hand, where do you put your hand? It could be here. It could be, I like to sometimes put a hand right under the collarbone, just like one finger, wherever it makes sense for you. Just to find somewhere to anchor. And starting with my melting, my softening. And then sinking in and out. In and out with my short pauses, and then eventually a longer pause. I'm just relaxed. My wrist and my hand is relaxed, and then while I'm holding that, and then I can also roll. And it's about here that I usually will ask, which is say, hey, how's this pressure? How's this feel? I hear nods.
Yeah.
More massaging, less talking. Right, so I started with the middle of my forearm, and then I can do the same thing, and I just get in a little closer to my elbow. So every time you release, go back to the melting. Go back to the wiggling your way in. Assume that there really are 1,000 or more pressure points and tension points in this area. So I want to softly start my way off there before I sink in more deeply, and I start to roll. And eventually, pause as well, even longer. So now that I've softened and massaged this area, then I might hold it for, 5 or 10 seconds or more. Now, if you look at my forearm, it's parallel to the ground. If you really want to start exploring more places, just bend your elbow, and then you can be more on the back of the shoulder as well. And so with this one little move, you can really massage everywhere. I gotta tell you, it's a great way to make friends. If you're standing in line at the restaurant. So this is all rolling now.
Is the pressure on the collarbone?
I hold the collarbone because, especially when I bend, I don't want her to lean forward. So I'm not pushing here, I'm just holding here, and it just kind of helps keep everything in place. Okay, and since she likes 12, I can even use my forearm. Or I can take my other hand and kind of gently push it. So if you're massaging someone who wants that deep pressure and they're asking for more, just use your other hand a little bit as well, or your head. Okay, and then when we're done, sweep this out, bring the head back to center, and then slide your hand to the elbow, raise the arm up, and take the wrist with your other hand. And this is called greasing the shoulder. Okay, so I'm just helping to open her up. So I'm starting with a smaller circle, and then I want to find her full range of motion. Can go in both directions. Notice that I'm not moving my body. So just as much as it feels right for me and keeping myself in one spot. And then from here, this is going to be cow face 1. So my hand that's on the wrist, this goes for a little walk, comes down to the elbow. 2 hands on the elbow, her hand is resting here, and I'm just going to say, hey, can you take a breath? And on the exhale, diagonally, I'm just going to bring her arm towards the center of my body. Release and repeat. So you see what this woman is doing right there? That's what we're doing. Okay? You know how you can all do that on yourself, where you just bring your arm back? Which you can all do on yourself if you want to right now. That's what we're doing, a guided stretch, the exact same thing. So if you're asking what direction do I bring her arm, it's that direction. It's diagonal. It's towards your center. Okay? And then from here, at the end, once I've done it 2 or 3 times, I can squeeze up and down the triceps as well. Okay, so while I'm stretching her, while I'm holding her, I'll squeeze and then sweep. Bring this arm down, bring this arm down. I'm going to change sides and do it all again on the second side. Okay, I'm going to go through it just quickly, just so you can see it. Rolling pin, head back to center, circles, and then cow face 1, the hand on the wrist goes to the elbow And from here, I'll ask her to breathe. And on the exhale, stretch. Release. Start with a shorter pause and then repeat. Now in her case, she's wide open, she's got no restrictions in movement, so it looks like this. For plenty of people, it just kind of looks like this. Okay? Or it looks like this. In her case, it looks like this. I want to show you one more thing. Okay? So when we're done, you can squeeze the shoulder, which I just decided to do right here. And tilt the head forward, interlace your fingers. I'm going to slide my palms up on either side of the neck and squeeze. So like butterfly wings. Squeezing up and down. And you can go all the way to the top of the shoulders. Okay, a little bonus move for you. And then we can go up and down a few times and sweep that out. Now, first, for your own comfort, there are two things I want to mention. You're going to go in this warrior stance, all right? And here's my hip, here's my knee, all right? My knee is a little bit behind my hip, and I want that. If my knee is right over my hip, like stacked in a straight line, that puts more pressure on your hip and in your back. So when you set up, your knee is a little bit behind your hip, and then you just simply lean into it, okay? So I will mention that, but I just want you to know that right now, a little nuance for your own comfort. With these moves, all I really want to say is that the secret to giving this so well and so effectively is to take your time. It is not all about getting to those deep places, to using all your weight, or to getting to that deep, deep pressure that your partner might like. It's really all about enjoying the journey, listening, receiving the information, checking in with your partner regularly, and just kind of feeling it out as you go. All right? So that being said, I know that you can do this, but if you have any questions, if there's anything specific coming up for you, for your partner, then please post your comments, post your questions down below, and we are here to answer them. And if you want to keep checking out more stuff, we've got playlists that teach you all kinds of Thai yoga massage for all different parts of the body right here on YouTube. And then you can also find me and my team of teachers in person. I am personally based in the Bay Area, but I travel all around North America, and the team is all around North America as well as in Australia. So just head over to stilllightcenter.com and you can see everything that we do. And until then, I want to wish you all amazing massages. Namaste.